What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we have a ton of important things to discuss. As you guys know, if you check out my channel right now, the previous video that I made yesterday was paying attention to XRP Ripple. The next major move could be huge. And I want to continue off of that in regards to what we're seeing right now. As you guys know, yesterday within XRP, we saw a major pump fake surprise on the coin just a couple of hours ago. And I want to continue off of that on the basis where I did have a lot of people on my Patreon, shout out to people on Patreon, who noticed that we started to see the 4-hour leap higher. And this doesn't necessarily mean that we were anticipating a major bull run, because I did need to see more confirmation in regards to whether or not we're going to be retracing lower. As you guys can see, we actually managed to break below this resistance after breaking off and exploded downwards in quite a bit of force. We actually fell to a degree of about 12% yesterday, which is huge. Currently retracing up that, but I want to continue off the basis of that. You'll notice some other cryptos are starting to retrace as well, so I think this intrinsically does have some effect on the XRP price. So that is huge. I want to discuss that. Also, we do have an article to discuss with you guys. As we know, today is the 7th and tomorrow is the 8th. Those are both days that the Swell conference is happening right now within Singapore. So the Swell news, XRP drops 5% as the Ripple's flagship event kicks off. We're going to discuss in regards to this, how exactly this could correlate or cause this, major move to happen right now. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. Huge shout out to you guys. We're almost at 12,000 subscribers. Remember, we're doing a giveaway tomorrow for $25 of free Bitcoin. All you have to do to enter is make sure you are subscribed to the channel, turn on post notifications, and leave a comment down below. It's that simple. All you have to do is subscribe and leave a comment down below. Otherwise, let's jump on into today's episode. So guys, like I said, we left off yesterday and the past couple of days discussing a couple interesting facts. I spoke about previously on XRP that we're in a pretty close, interesting ascending triangle forming on the 4-hour. Now I want to do some comparisons in regards to XRP's price and in previous levels. Now I can start off really quick on the monthly to show you guys what exactly is going on right now. I thought it was quite interesting to notice what exactly we're looking at on such a broader scale of things. You'll notice we have this doji forming right here, similar to where we left off before, previous to the breakout, and then we had the second candle forming exactly similar to the one in 2017, and then we see this massive break. Now this candle theoretically does align with this one, indicating a potential break to the upside. Now another thing to notice is the fact that we do have this major resistance, which you can clearly see cuts the price in half in regards to what's above and below it. And then the last thing I wanted to point out was the fact that there is some sort of descending triangle forming on the monthly, which is about to end in the next couple of days, which could ultimately lead for that bigger break like we were anticipating. Now to zoom in a little bit closer in regards to, let's go on to the daily and talk about what's going on with the daily. You can see a couple of things are happening right now. Obviously, we are battling something called the high-low middle moving average, and you can see by this daily ascending triangle that we did break bearish and we are retracing. Now similar, we do have previous points where we've broken extremely bearish from this ascending triangle and this uptrend support, and then we consolidated back up. That's what it looks to be like on the candle right now, and there's a good chance we may retrace back inside of this ascending triangle for another day, maybe tomorrow being the confirmation of which direction we plan on breaking to. Obviously there's a lot of support and resistance right here. The bulls are battling the bears. You can see we're intertwined with that high-low middle moving average, and it's going to pretty much tell us which direction we want to fall to. The nervous part and the part that makes me consider that we are going to see this short-term retracement is the fact that we are seeing the blue band on the MACD cross over the orange. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. That does indicate retracement is happening, and that is necessarily a bearish thing. Now to zoom in even closer, you guys can see what exactly happened on the 4-hour, and I want to intertwine this with the other cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, because I did discuss with you in yesterday's video how correlated those are. Now correlation isn't always causation, but there is a pretty big, coincidence backed by both of those that I want to share with you guys. Now notice we do have an extremely bearish cross on the MACD on the 4-hour. You can see the extreme reversal. We had a pretty big pop yesterday, which immediately called for a retracement, and now you can see we're consolidating back up to this high-low middle moving average on the 4-hour. You can see we're trying to climb back inside of here, but there could be this confirmation of a retracement lower, and I want to collaborate or continue to talk and discuss more so about why this retracement happened in my book. Now, you'll notice on the current coin market cap, you'll see a couple of things. You'll notice that the Bitcoin chart looks awfully a lot like the Ethereum as well as the XRP. And I want to continue off of why Bitcoin's chart could be the reason why we saw XRP retrace. Otherwise, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Bitmins. Bitmins is actually a digital collectible, similar to other things like baseball cards, except in a digital form. So there's one of one, as you know, similar because it's backed by the blockchain technology. And it actually allows you to hold on to and buy digital diamonds that you can, display on your watch and things like that. I do believe they have a picture here really quick to show you guys what exactly I'm referring to. Yep, you can see right here, this is the diamond that you get to actually display. And these things actually generate value the longer you hold on to them, similar to baseball cards and things like that. You'll notice the Bitmins generator. This is basically where they create Bitmins. So they have ones that are also in circulating supply currently. Because it's backed on blockchain, there's a limited amount. Some are already out there, already gaining value. And then they have ones that you can buy straight up for $10 or more. You can see the difference in prices. And you can then use those and hold those, and then those will eventually grow into, higher prices. You can see right here, I can click on my Bitmins, and this will load up the page where my Bitmins are actually stored. And then you guys can see the growth and the exponential growth that this website has had and the Bitmins have had on my portfolio, which is absolutely awesome. Now you'll notice I told you guys that I bought these in February 27th. You can see the end of February in 2019. It is currently the mid-November, and you can see that my Bitmins have, exploded in value. They're up 1,200%, 900, 800, 1,300%. These were $10 when I first purchased them, and now they're extremely, extremely valuable. 136 when it was first purchased for $10. This is off a couple of months of holding. So I highly recommend you check them out, guys. They're the first link in the description. Obviously, I know a bunch of you guys have already signed up and enjoy Bitmins because of how, collectible and unique these are. Videos will soon be out of me actually using them on my Apple Watch because I do think that's pretty awesome. But otherwise, to continue off on the XRP charting. So to continue off here, you'll notice the interesting pattern and the retracement that we've had. Yesterday, we were discussing more so the Bitcoin breakout. Now, I wanted to discuss with you guys a couple of things. Yesterday, I had this more so like this, and that's why this is so important to me. Because as we know, there are major descending fractals forming on Bitcoin, which are quite interesting. You'll notice within these descending fractals, a very interesting pattern is happening. These are early. It's very hard to track an early fractal because it is not necessarily 100% guaranteed where exactly the fractal starts and ends. Because we've only seen tuned confirmations, it's hard to adjust exactly where. Now, yesterday I had to make an adjustment to the lines and pulled this up, as you guys just saw, due to the fact that this still is considered a descending fractal. This is still a resistance because you can see the confirmations right here. We have multiple confirmations, another one right here, versus when I was down here, we only had 2 confirmations and some trending above it. Very, very unlikely though. With this confirmation here and with these, being drawn out this way, hopefully you guys make that adjustment too. If you have me on Patreon, this will be automatically updated for you guys. You'll notice a couple of things. Not only do we have a bearish crossover on the MACD, but we are starting to see retracement off of this line. It's going according to plan. I was very worried yesterday that we were going to start to act inversely and reject the support or the resistance that we had after we broke out of it. But I noticed a quick tweak of the charts. We're actually still inside of this. And with that being said, we hit a resistance here and we're starting to retrace lower. So I'm honestly anticipating us to pretty much play out the rest of this fractal right here, inevitably similar to XRP. So because Bitcoin is retracing lower, I'm expecting XRP to retrace lower like we're seeing. And then if things continue to play out the correct way or the way that I'm playing it, I'm expecting to see even lower moves on Bitcoin and XRP right now. I'm expecting to see retracement down to here before eventually hitting the bottom, oversold on the 4-hour, wherever that oversold is. So if we hit oversold here, then expect the end of the fractal to be right there. You see what I'm saying? Whenever we become oversold on the 4 hour, that's where the end of the fractal would be on, on Bitcoin's fractal right here. So with that being said, the fact that we're retracing lower and seeing retracement allows me to short this crypto. That's why this is so important, guys. I used to use Coinbase Pro. They didn't have the option to short. That's why I highly push DueDEX. This is the second link in the description. DueDEX allows you to short cryptocurrency. You'll notice it offers a sell short as well as leverage trading. You can see I made a position right here a couple of weeks ago or days ago at $9,600 back when Bitcoin was all the way up to here. You can see the sideways trading. It's also nice that they have TradingView integrated in here where I can actually add and move and adjust my charts as I please. But you'll notice I did make a trade a couple of days ago, and you can see I bought it at 96. The market is currently 9,200. That means I have a return on investment of plus 8%. That's why it's in green, and the amount of unrealized potential or the unrealized Bitcoin that I've earned, which is awesome too. The second I click close, I'll get this in my accounts, in my Bitcoin address, and I can do whatever I please. So that's a great thing. Another thing to point out is the negative 800 quantity. That means I sold 800. Well, how did I do that? I actually only had $400 available in my account, but I used leverage trading and I sold it 2 times, which means I have double my leverage, and that means that it's currently 800 when I really only put 400, which is giving me more value. Now, obviously, these things do come with a price. If you manage to get into the negatives, it will be double, and it could be very dangerous. So you have to consider, and it'll leave your account a negative account, and then you won't be able to use, the website. But consider that as a method. If you're wanting to get more into shorting and you don't want to leverage, or you do want to leverage, this is the option for you. Definitely recommend this, guys. Huge, shout out to DueDEX as well, because they're doing such a great job. Definitely love their account. So definitely check this out, though. It is the second link in the description. It allows you to short Bitcoin. But to continue where we left off, guys, with this Swell conference right now, as you know, the Swell news XRP dropped 5%. Now, a big thing that I like to discuss is people like to buy the rumor and sell the news. As you can see, a lot of hype was around XRP before the breakout actually happened, or before the Swell conference actually hit the market. The fact that we just hit the market, people are selling off to the news because they're expecting whatever to happen. So people always buy the rumor and sell the news, and you can see the prices acting exactly. Obviously, the exact day that the XRP Swell conference happens, that's when we see the most volume. You can see volume spiked up. We haven't seen volume like that since all the way in October. So the fact that we're seeing major volume right now is a clear indication that Swell conference is happening. You'll notice that the Swell has no impact on XRP. Having reached highs above 30 cents, we're now pretty much dropping to levels as low as 28, I believe, and we've even hit as low as 27. Not much more onto here. You can see XRP has suffered a familiar rate of majority of altcoin tokens since the crypto bear market in 2018. Not really seeing much news. Incredible opening. The energy here is beyond anything I can explain. You can feel the excitement all around you. You want attendee posted, things of that nature. You can see the drop off we had on the coin right here. And basically, Ripple's annual Swell conference has failed to induce positive price action for associated token XRP. Data following the event shows price data from Coin360 covering XRP, showing selling pressure takes over November 7th as the 2-day conference continues. So we'll see whether or not that XRP wants to continue to, trade up or make an extremely bullish approach. What I'm honestly anticipating is for retracement to happen and then, or break bearish, and then we'll eventually conquer the resistance and break bullish, similar to Bitcoin. Because if Bitcoin and XRP follow similarly with these charts, which you can see we've had some increase. Now we didn't have an exact burst, but this was October 24th. Bitcoin was around October 24th. So you can see we did have the same positive reaction on here too, which is nice to see. So when we had bullish news and a bullish price action within Bitcoin, we saw the same thing happen within XRP. So that's why I'm considering this. I'm considering a retracement on Bitcoin right down to here. Eventually, once we hit oversold, that's when I'll anticipate a break, because you'll notice, for those of you who are new to the channel, every time we hit the bottom and we broke bullish, we were oversold. We hit oversold. We hit oversold. So I'm anticipating retracement, hitting oversold. Then we're going to see that explosion in volume, similar with XRP. We're going to retrace lower. As you can see, we hit oversold. Then we're going to explode up in volume. But right now, I'm considering this bearish for the most part in the short term. Then I'm expecting to see a major break. Otherwise, that is going to wrap up today's episode, guys. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Giveaway tomorrow for $25 of free Bitcoin. So definitely make sure to take part in that. All you have to do is leave a comment down below. And remember, huge shout out to Bitmins. Definitely check them out there. The first link in the description. Besides that, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.